All right, so an update, you boiled you sanitized all the jars.
Yep, we washed them hot soapy water and then put them in a hot water bath to sanitize.
Okay.
And then we have some in the oven right now that are drying out because you want the ones for dry goods to be 100% dry. You want the least amount of moisture as possible. If there is moisture in the jar, those are the ones you usually use first because the moisture can mold and turn everything bad.
Okay.
And then I also have the lids in a pot of hot water as well. They're sanitized, and as far as I know, the hot water helps the bands to adhere better to the jars.
All right, so we want to chop some chicken?
Yes.
Who wants to chop some chicken? No?
Connie does.
Connie does.
Who brought the hatchets?
Oh, look, it's a nice individual little bags, too. So everyone grab a bag. And I sharpened all the knives, so please no one hurt themselves.
Yeah.
Look how big these are. Oh,
That's huge.
Nice. And you just
That's
don't
more meat than we
wanna-
got from the the other ones.
Yeah, you go to the butcher and tell them you want to buy a case. You can get boneless, skinless, or you can get the thigh breast combo with the bone in.
No,
I don't like dealing with the bone.
I don't like it.
I don't like raw chicken. It grosses me out. Yep, so we're going to take and cut all of the fat and try to get the tendon out of it too, because the breast has a thick tendon that runs through it. Okay.
Now, since it's meat, we're pressure canning, not water bath. What do you call it?
Pressure canning.
Okay, yeah.
It's the biggest chicken piece I've ever seen.
I know, they're giants.
I thought it looked like chicken, and yet they were so massive.
Yep, go ahead and jump on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Okay,
Go
so
on.
we're just cutting the fat off.
Yep, cut the fat off. Oh, I guess, hey Mom, will you grab a bowl? Oh, you're not Mom. No, Sarah.
Hey, you'll do.
Underneath.
Yeah, a big bowl to put the fat and stuff in. I'll feed it to the dog. No, just the one. Just the guard dog.
That in the video.
Oh, you want your butt in the video?
No.
Okay.
Now, how big of
Well.
chunks do you want?
Too late.
About an inch. It's okay if there is smaller or bigger pieces in there. Yep.
Sort of like chunks like that?
Yeah.
And
The
then
reason for that is they pack in the jars a lot better.
And you can go ahead and start putting them in the jar as you cut them. This is the only time consuming part is actually the fat bowl there. Yeah. If you want to go
Puppy.
ahead and stick, if you want to go ahead and do the half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon, or these ones are half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of the bouillon. And like I said, I haven't done the bouillon with it. I guess it just adds more chicken.
You put the 1 teaspoon out.
I put it somewhere. I think it's over here on the counter. I have a half teaspoon somewhere.
You might take it out.
Yeah, it's orange or red or colorful, green, blue. And the smaller jars get half a teaspoon of salt, and the bigger ones get a full teaspoon. I pulled it out. Mom might have put it in the drawer again.
Is it in the drawer, not in the bucket over there?
Oh, I pulled it out.
Now, you said something about there was a tendon?
Is it this one?
If the
That's a
tenderloin
1
is
teaspoon.
still attached to the breast, there's a tendon that runs through
Both of them
it.
on?
But you'll be able to feel it.
Yeah.
It's in the center of the meat.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't find it, it's not a huge deal.
This one's a 1 teaspoon. Yeah, they're both 1 teaspoon.
They,
You pulled out 2 1 teaspoons.
yeah, those are for the big jars. You can use any jar.
Okay, they're not there. I don't see them. You sure it's not in the bucket over there?
No. I'm not sure of anything.
You're not sure? Okay. There's 8.
And these are what are those? The half quart? Or no, pint. That's right.
We have pint. We'll do pint and we'll do quart.
Okay.
To pack it down pretty good.
It's an awful noise.
Help me.
This fly wants a big can.
Oh my gosh. They don't know it's winter and they're still attacking
I have
us.
no idea how they're getting in.
All right. So in that pint, you're putting a half teaspoon of
Yeah. This
Salt?
Is this is a quarter teaspoon though, so that's why there's.
okay.
And if anything gets dropped on the floor, our helpers will help clean it up.
Not to worry, it will be gone.
Because everyone cans with dogs and goats running in the house.
That's for sure.
Is that just regular table salt?
And you want to leave a 1/4 inch headspace for expansion.
1/4 inch headspace.
There'll be a lot of juice coming out of this meat. And if there's too much, you don't want
Slide to the other side.
to.
And then you You just measure that from the top of the jar there.
Yeah, it's usually about where the rings start on it is how much space you want to leave.
Okay.
Right here?
Yeah. And
I'd
then
call
just
that
pack
half
it
an
in there
inch.
really good.
Come to the other side. Do those last.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I notice your jars over here still have the canned ones still have the rings on.
Yeah, I leave the rings on.
Just because you got plenty of rings?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the lids that are hard to find these
I like,
days.
I like
Little
leaving
out of my reach.
the
Yeah,
rings on,
yeah.
too.
The lids is
They
the
get
ones that's
bumped
really hard to
without
come
the
by.
ring on 'em. They
Makes
get
you feel
bumped.
better about it. Yeah.
Now, I was talking to the Amish yesterday, and they have had just as much problems that we have about actually finding lids.
What else did you want in there, Melissa?
The bouillon,
How much?
just the same, half a teaspoon.
Where did you find those lids last time, Connie?
Walmart.
What Walmart?
Now, is that chicken bouillon you're gonna put in?
Yep.
Okay.
Savannah?
Yeah, I have better luck at
No,
Shh, don't tell.
Cloverdale Road?
no, I don't, I don't know, David.
I have better
I
luck
can't
in
remember for
Savannah.
sure.
Yeah, it's bigger.
Well, Lawrenceburg
It
has
was
the high
Savannah.
Amish
It was
community,
Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
and they're good at
So-
snatching them up.
Right.
I found these ones at
Put this in here.
an undisclosed location.
We've had the best luck so far finding stuff at the Walmart on Cloverdale Road, North Florence.
Do you need help with another one?
Yeah, I found some in Florence. I guess they don't can.
The other Walmart in Florence over on Cox Creek never has anything. Too busy.
I don't know what Rural King's like these days. I used to get a bunch in Rural King when I lived up in
They
Clarksville.
have not had any
They've been
lids.
sold out.
They have jars,
But no lids?
but no lids.
They're not jars with the lids.
Nope. No, they're probably made in China or something.
That is the most bizarre thing.
And Sarah and I went to a feed store in Columbia and we found a bunch of canning jars with
Farmers?
the lids.
Oh, what's the name of that?
Don't tell.
Farmers?
Loose lips sink ship.
But
Oh, I forgot she's videoing. Never mind.
but they
I
were
won't finish my sentence.
they were only water bath jars. They just had the
Yes,
twist on lids, not
Yeah.
rings.
Oh.
Which is good for the dry goods and
So wait,
jellies.
there's different jars for water bath and
These
pressure canning?
Chinese jars.
Okay, what are you
Okay.
putting in the jars now?
Okay, so not as high quality.
a
So you would
chicken
only
plate,
want to use them
Right.
for the
So
water
you
bath.
put them in the high
The
pressure
chicken
canning, they're
bouillon.
likely to explode.
Ah, okay, good to know.
How do you tell the difference?
Is it
They're
also half a
thicker walls.
teaspoon in each
These are real
one?
thick.
Yeah.
They're more like a mayonnaise jar thickness
I have some
or a
at
peanut
home
butter
now.
jar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
they're-
they're fine if you're gonna water bath and do jams.
But there's
Yeah.
dry canning jars that have lids on them that are kind of like a Prego.
They're just twist
Prego
on.
sauce.
Oh, okay.
They just twist on you. That's more of a jar for
Sarah,
canning rice
The
and
second
another
floor
things like
in, there's some of the water
Okay,
bath
you
lids.
just kind of
There's a twist on lid in there
pack it
somewhere.
down in there, right?
I have jars everywhere. The whole bottom drawer down here is full of. Yeah, I made this island with a hatch down here, and that's where I keep all of my canned goods at because concrete floors
Okay, I got a partial one here.
keep the house or keeps it cooler. Yep, that's a water bath lid. It just
Oh,
That's a
okay.
deco
That's a
one.
decorative.
Usually they're just plain
okay,
white.
I've seen
Okay.
those. Yeah, I've got some from some jelly jar.
Huh.
I'm a huge fan of mine now.
So
Alright,
could
so want me to
you?
cut up some more?
Grab
So
that.
with the water bath, let's say you have like like a leftover mayonnaise jar or jelly jar or something like that from the store. Could you use that for water bath?
You can use the jar. I'd recommend getting a different
Getting a new lid.
lid
Okay.
A better
for the
lid.
seal.
Okay.
Usually once you've used them, the seal, it doesn't always go bad, but it can go bad, and you run the risk of having a lot of spoilage.
Okay. Be interesting the comments about it. No, you cannot.
Mhm. We in no way know exactly what we're talking about.
Yes. And everyone.
Do what you will with any information you receive. We are not
Yeah.
responsible
Take
for
this off.
anything. If you die, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and everyone cans differently, just like everything else. There's no one exact method to do it. You just find what works for you, and what works for you might not work for everyone else. It doesn't mean you got to be a jerk about it.
Do your own research.
Amen.
Be an adult.
Yeah. Now, I think it's on that counter over there underneath the hot chocolate mix. There is a it's Tim. If you grab the book, it's underneath the Uno on the shelf right there. Yes, I have the most random stuff on my shelf.
Oh, here's a Cheerio. Sweet.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have a 6-year-old and livestock. You hide things, and then you forget where you hide them.
We don't have dirty hands.
But this is Jason found this. It was like $60 for this book.
Oh, okay.
What's it called?
It's just the
The-
ball canning guide.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It was quite expensive, but there's a lot of good knowledge in it.
I really like it. And it goes through how to use your canner, how to use the different jars, what to do to prep them. It's got all of it in there.
They've got a website too.
Mhm.
I've been on their website.
We have several books like that. I mean, you can find this information on the website, but when the power goes out, you can still read that book.
Exactly.
And I kept a lot of my materials, actually I kept all my materials from culinary school on processing and preserving meats and cheeses and things like that. It's been a long time since I went to culinary school, but but there's also a lot you can't learn from there, like how to make southern cooking.
Mm-hmm.
They don't teach that at culinary school.
Yeah, they don't teach you how to make shit on shingles in culinary school. You gotta learn that from your awesome mother-in-law.
Those chickens must have been the size of turkeys.
I know, they're giants. If you will, you can go ahead and shut off the burner for that pot. Tim, can you pull those jars out and set them on the towel,
Am I good?
Would you?
please? He's more of a I watch, I don't help. Unless it's throwing things. He loves to throw things.
I've been there and done that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the wise old man of the group.
Hey, who you calling?
Yeah.
I keep telling you.
Son of a.
Around way too easily.
He keeps telling me he's younger than me.
That's right. I'm only 29, and
Yeah,
you're.
29
Oh,
only.
really?
We're on video, aren't we? You are.
What, does Dave get confused? We get older, he stays the same age?
That's right.
That's not right.
That's how it works. I've got kids older than I am now.
It's
I'll
a
be
damn
31
miracle.
in May.
Yeah, good luck explaining that.
31.
Yes, I'm a baby.
Must be nice.
No, tell that to my body. It's falling apart.
You haven't seen anything yet.
We're almost all old enough to be your mother, your parents.
I'm old enough to be her grandmother almost.
Oh, yeah. I think my... Oh, gosh, I'm just sticking my foot in my mouth.
She's old.
You're gonna need some hip waders, girl.
She's doing
She's doing laundry for you.
Yeah.
I'm falling
have a
apart
sweet
'cause I
one.
did 10 years in the military.
I'm falling apart because I did a lot
New
of
model,
stupid
high
stuff.
mileage on it.
What branch were you in?
I was in the Army.
My nephew is doing his final march this weekend,
Will you grab
really?
some more bowls?
Yeah, that 30-mile
keep
one.
cutting after these jars
where they
are full.
go through all the rigmarole.
Mhm.
Then he's going to OTC afterwards. Hope.
Poor Jason got stuck in Fort Leonard Wood for OSIT.
I got there for 6 years.
Wow. Since the jars are getting full, I'm just having her grab more bowls to throw in the done cut chicken. Then we can throw them in the big jars.
How much chicken did you pick up? Oh, you're not even.
It's over 40 pounds.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
I got it for $1.99 a pound.
Wow.
So they sell it a little cheaper because you buy so much.
You have to cut it out and trim it yourself.
You can take it and vacuum seal it or do what we do. I like canning because it takes a lot less space in the freezer.
Exactly.
And we've got a cow that needs to be butchered, so we need some space for him.
He was supposed to be butchered last year, but he's just
Yeah, and
gaining more meat.
I called the butcher around
Fat?
here. Yep.
It looks like that.
I called the butcher around here, and they said it wouldn't look good for me to even get in this year. Yeah.
And we've been on the list for a good of a year and a half.
Well, I finally got him in for the beginning of March.
That's why I built the
Yeah.
AMA framework.
Mm-hmm.
framework.
See, I'll gladly have people help, but I don't like to share. Because my mom raises Angus cattle in Missouri, and he's from her herd,
That's not
and he's gonna taste delicious.
We had two of them, but one of them just
Lay down and died.
laid down and died.
Really?
Aw.
We give him all kinds of meds, and when we had a tractor and tried to pick him up, he wouldn't. He just laid down and died. Well, he laid down until I made him die. But, he was going to die.
Life of a farm. Jason likes to call it Death Acres because we do. I mean, you do. You will always lose.
I think
Me?
it's some kind of intestinal digestive. I think because
He
he
got
had
scours.
he had diarrhea real bad. He kept it until he died, and we give him meds every day.
Did you give him electrolytes?
I was giving him electrolyte water, putting molasses in his water. I gave him antibiotics. I gave him scours tablets. Like, did everything by the book, but
Who was his mom?
like I had a goat deliver triplets last month, and she'd had babies before. Not a single one of them made it.
So what are we doing with the cubed meat in the bowls?
It's just because the pint jars are getting a little full.
We need to start putting them in the quarts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this one started. I need to get the canner going.
Are these ready?
Now you want to pack them in as much as you can, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The least amount of air, the better. Sorry, the noise grosses me out.
Do you have something to push it down with or anything?
Yep, my hand.
No, in these big jars.
Oh yeah, right here.
And you just push it down like that. Yeah.
Don't laugh. You know, I hated the smell, the feeling, everything of raw chicken when I was in school. So my executive sous chef made me take 4 cases of whole chicken and 9-piece them, which took about 4 hours because I was gagging the whole time.
You got over it though, didn't you?
Yeah.
The worse you hate something, the more they make you do it.
I still have nightmares about him.
Now she comes out and helps me 9 pieces up the deer.
Oh yeah, I can handle deer
There is a
unless they're
almost
got
made
shot or you
fly
hit
bar
the.
on
Mm.
that undercover tree, that leather one.
Yeah. About the time I
Yeah,
think
he
I
can't
get
fly
him.
around if he's dead.
Okay, this doesn't have salt or anything in it.
So in the big quart jar, you want to do a tablespoon of salt. Was that what? Okay. And then probably the same of the bouillon.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm using the water from the water bath because it's already hot.
Oh, to fill the jars.
No, to fill the
Pressure cooker.
Oh, okay. And then you don't need to put anything else in the jars
Nope.
because the chicken will make
do
its own
another bag?
juices or whatever. Okay.
This is the way to do it, Melissa, on the class.
Just keep cutting up all the chicken.
You do want to keep cutting, right?
cut her off.
I mean, everybody's gonna go home with their own chicken and rice.
I mean, and if we want, I got an attack turkey. We can process him.
I brought my gun.
So, we got a few.
I'll say about loose lips.
I mean, we sold them all.
Boating
I
accident.
have,
Yeah.
I have no guns on register.
Ixnay.
Yeah.
Okay, what am I looking for? Paper towels.
Scratch, Daddy, scratch.
Oh, that's my wife. I'm cussing her because I keep a little footstool.
Oh, and you
Oh,
don't
I got a
have,
foot
you don't
stool.
have a little step stool.
No,
These courts don't have salt or bouillon. or
I don't
anything.
want to hear it.
Yeah.
Whenever Gunner was still in
The
diapers,
teaspoon that's
I had to
right
get a
there
pack
down
of
by the
diapers, and they were on the
paper
top
towel.
shelf, and Jason wouldn't help me. He
Turn
said,
around.
"Survival
Oh,
of
you
the
got it.
fittest." And it's fine.
A teaspoon of the bouillon, a teaspoon of salt, and a big jar.
You got them, didn't
Are you gonna put more in these?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full.
Those small jars already have them.
And you sterilize the lids.
Yep.
Okay.
When you heat them up, it helps the bands stick a little better.
Bouillon and a salt and a-
They're going in there. You know, here lately, I've been using the Keurig and putting.
And I use the wide mouth jars for meat because it's a lot easier to pack it in there.
Okay.
They do make these funnels for the regular mouth jars too. But I just like the wide mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to get
Easier.
the meat out too. And like I said, I use the juices for the dog usually, but you can use it if you need it. Most of the time I just make tacos or something out of the meat. Real easy for dinners.
And you want those completely dry?
Yep.
Okay.
And then since I'm using this, it'll be a little wet. I'm gonna use it to wipe the lid, and then I'll use a dry one afterwards. So then you take, and you just make sure that the tops are completely goog free. That's a word, right?
It is now.
That's a technical term.
It's on our roll.
That just helps the bands to stick better. And if you get debris or anything, it can cause it to not seal right.
Right.
We got the fly here.
Yeah.
Trust me.
They don't know
It's
it's
just
winter.
add protein in that jar.
It will,
It'll contaminate.
it'll be disinfected.
Cook right in there.
Here in just a few minutes.
Fully edible flies.
Got extra protein in this one.
And I hate it because I'm a clean person and I
It can't be
Ooh,
completely.
They're everywhere.
Jason used to have a bug assault gun and he'd shoot him.
Oh, those are fun.
Then he missed one day and shot me.
I mean, it's a good way, but if he was starting to rust the hinges and stuff on the windows. 'Cause, you know, they be in the windows, I shoot them, but it all relates right in the corners and rust.
Oh, is it liquid?
No,
It's salt.
It's just salt, but it comes out with
Oh,
enough,
the
enough
salt, yeah.
with enough pressure to kill a fly.
and my windows are Amish windows.
It's all hand
So
made,
there's not a lot
you just
of,
go get another one at Lowe's.
Sealant and stuff on them.
I got lip on that one.
Okay, how much goes in these little ones?
The little ones are done.
Oh,
Half a teaspoon goes in them now.
okay. Probably I'm doing laundry.
You would.
Sorry, hon.
Sorry.
Sorry. Am I in squeeze room?
Okay.
I think you wanna start grabbing, Van? Yep. Will you go grab them over from my nightstand?
Some more chicken in there?
Yes.
Thank you.
There it is.
Perfect, perfect, thank you.
These are good and sticky.
Yeah, check.
And then with these, you're just hand tightening?
Mhm.
Okay.
And you always make sure that you have your riser in the bottom of your canning pot.
The riser is the little disc with the holes in it in the
Yep.
bottom? Okay.
You're fine, you're fine. Yes, Amy.
So we have our first set of jars. Turn it up to a boil. And then you let the steam pressure build. And this, once this is popped, that's when the pressure has built in the tank, and then you can put the regulator on it to keep your poundage. It is 10 pounds of pressure for 75 minutes once it's up to pressure.
Okay.
For the pints, and then for the quarts, it's an hour and a half.
Okay.
We're not even to our last bag yet. Holy cow.
There's a free cutting board right here.
Gunner Mac.
Do you have kitchen scissors? Shh.
He's all good.
Sometimes scissors are faster to cut.
Oh, I have, that's what those are too. I have shears.
I'm good with ideas. I'll just sit here.
So Jason is super good at, he's got a unique talent for finding the best stuff on the side of the road.
You mean roadkill?
No! This cutting board
No way.
Oh.
he found on the side of the road, brand new.
Wow.
I went,
Anyone want to use scissors to cut? It's
No,
faster.
I'm not a scissor person.
No.
He found a Carhartt for Gunner on the side of the road
Oh, wow.
that he's wore for 3 years now.
Dang.
An 8-point buck that he kept the rack on.
Wow.
well, I worked as a lineman for a few years, and you're on the side of the road 99% of the time. All you gotta do is look down. I mean, you'd be surprised. I found, $5 winning lottery tickets. I found things of a personal nature.
Yeah.
If you can imagine, that was been thrown out of a window.
Oh.
More than one of them, actually. You'd be surprised.
No.
A lot of them never did.
Yeah.
What?
I told Abby.
I was just walking and looked at it. Everything black and it was about that big. It had the underparts and a suction cup on it. And like somebody
Oh, edit, edit.
other than town for the weekend. And they,
Yeah. Never dull.
Oh, Lord. So did you leave it there?
I took a picture of it and I left it.
Wait for the brush hog to come and take care of it.
Oh, but anytime he would go, he would chase storms.
Mental
So
images.
anytime there was hurricanes or anything, he would go. He went to Panama City when that big hurricane hit.
Oh, cool.
So they're staying in a big condo on the beach. But, I mean, they were working 12-hour days most of the time.
But down there, when something like that happens and someone's house is hit, they'll just call it a total loss and they'll throw everything on the curb just to be picked up and thrown away. And that's where this brand new cutting board come from. We just threw it out there and collecting their big check. It's hard for me to pass a 5-gallon bucket on the side of the road.
Oh, I know. Me
If I
too.
know it's good, I'm
I could use that.
I'll use it for something. I'll change oil in it or something.
Mineral tubs. We
Yeah.
find them all the time.
Mineral tub. What's that?
For the beer.
Cattle.
Well, we get mineral tubs for
Ooh.
the cattle, and they're like this big around, just about that tall. Well, we have a
Oh.
local rancher who's got over 7,000 acres.
Yeah, another piece.
His
Neat.
ranch hands are lazy. No more. They'll be
Oh.
flying off on
Oh,
the
there's
side of the
another
road.
bag.
So we'll tell her, hey man, we collected about 6 mineral buckets today.
That's awesome. That's good.
Yeah, I put heavy duty wire. I'll drill holes and heavy duty wire, and then I'll attach them to T-posts to feed the cattle,
That's
or
cool.
use them as water buckets
That's cool.
or planters, whatever the need is.
Mm-hmm.